I evo, poštovani gledaoci, pogledajte kako su moje kolege. Molim te, kolega, ukadriraj šta si uradio. Molite, pogledajte ovo. Molite. Samo sekund. Ako ste se pitali zašto sam ja kreativni nered, to je zato što ja imam jedan kreativni tim iza sebe. Ljudi, pa hvala vam ljudi. Joj, što se sad dobro osjećam, a osjećam se dobro jedna divna gošća s kojom je kosmos nekako sporio, kosmos i Marina. To su dvije stvari na koje ne možeš da ostaneš imun kad te spojem. Malo ćemo da vježbamo i engleski ovoga jutra, dragi gledaoci. Malo ćete da uživate i u egzotici i u nečemu prelijepom što se tiče i njenog glasa i stasa i svega što je ono. Koliko je prija Beograd, kakav je to kulturološki moment, kolika je promjena, čućete od jedne nevjerovatne žene za koju mi je zadovoljstvo što imam priliku da je ugostim upravo ovoga jutra, glumica Jessica Yemi sa nama u studiju ovoga jutra, nešto drugačije kod nas u kreativnom neredu. Hello, my darling, and welcome to my show.
Oh, hello. It's such a pleasure to be on here. Thank you so much. I'm loving everything.
I was just telling people how Cosmos and Marina get us together.
Yes.
And we're like here to talk about you, to talk about Belgrade, to talk about everything that's happening to you in this life, because this is a new life for you.
It's 2 years that I've been in the game, but it is a brand new life that I've been living as an actress here in Belgrade.
I want to start with how you doing.
Yeah, I am doing fine. I'm fabulous. I'm in a really good mood. The sun is shining. What more could I want?
We cannot have problems with the sun is shining, let's say it like that. So yeah, let's start with the weather here. Do you like the weather?
Oh, I love the weather. Like my father's always messaging me saying, oh, how's the weather in Belgrade? Is it really beautiful? Because as we all know in Manchester, the weather is not so great. So yeah, very blessed.
Rainy.
It's pretty rainy and really like the clouds are always grey usually. So I love the climate here.
Let's start with the fact you're from Manchester, right?
Manchester, born and raised.
Is that like an accent in Manchester or they are talking a little bit differently?
This is the Manchester accent, but usually when I'm like living abroad for a while and I've not been home for so long, my accent neutralizes a little bit. And then when I come back, no one can understand me.
What is like the real Manchester accent? Give me like a sentence in like real Manchester.
How are you doing, love?
How you doing, love? Oh my God, that sounds so good. I love that. It's such a diversity in United Kingdom. I mean, people from Liverpool are literally talking, I don't understand.
But I love their accent, but it's kind of like,
I love. It's kind of like Irish something, but it's not. I don't know how to say it. So, you're coming from Manchester. How is it in Manchester right now? Is it good for a living? Do you have like, I don't know, a chance to make something there?
Yeah, you do. Manchester is a very cosmopolitan city, so it's great to like have a life with careers as well.
So let's start with your journey here. How did you came to Belgrade and how, I mean, Belgrade right now is like the center of Europe, let's say like that, and it's a really special city. I'm coming from another country, so I know, I mean, it's a different thing since I'm talking the same language than you, but it's like, this is like a city for a chance, let's say like that, for a lot of chances and for art. So I just really want to know your perspective on Belgrade.
Belgrade is such an amazing city, It's very up and coming. So if you're a creative, lots of opportunities can arise here. So that's exactly what happened to me, because when I was 22 years old, I left Manchester. I wanted to broaden my horizons and see the world. So I lived in Barcelona for 3 years, Vienna for 3.5 years, and I came here on holiday for a few days and I fell in love and I said to myself, I need to move to Belgrade. And since I was here, everything just happened, everything connected. Met with like directors, producers that wanted me on the show of The Ark, the TV series. Season 2 will be out in May. We've not received a specific date yet, so that's going to be really nice to watch.
It is, really. So how do you like Belgrade since now? Like, how do you like the architecture? How do you like people? How do you like food? There are so many things.
Yeah, there's so many facets. I love Belgrade. I love the people. Everybody has been so warm to me, so welcoming. I feel really at home here. To be honest, I probably feel more at home here in Belgrade than I ever did in Manchester, which probably sounds so crazy because I spent most of my life there. I love the food. So one of my
favorite thing? What's the favorite thing from the food?
Pasulj. I love pasulj.
Pasulj,
yes.
Ona voli pasulj, dragi gledalci, razumiješ, jer to tako treba, okay?
I love it so much that I actually made it for my boyfriend. I was like, okay, I'm gonna cook for him, what can I make? Pasulj. So I went on YouTube, I got the ingredients list, wrote it down, and then I made it. Took me like 4 hours to make, I'm not gonna lie, but it turned out really well. So now that's like my weekly dish.
Let's just say, ajde samo da kažemo da žena dođe iz Manchestera, razumiješ, i napravi momku pasulj, braćo moje i sestre. Tako se to radi. I mean, pasulj is really a special meal.
Oh, it's so good, delicious, really delicious.
It is.
And I also love kolenica sa kisela kusom.
Ona voli koljenicu sa kiselim kupusom, dragi gledalci. I just need to translate a little bit to our watchers because I'm thrilled. Oh, so you like that.
Oh, I like it. I don't know how to make that one yet, but I will be learning how to make it because I just love it so much.
Koljenica sa kiselim kupusom. Okay, my lips are like, let's do that, let's do that. What about Manchester meal? What's your meal of Manchester?
To be honest, when I'm in Manchester, I have just food from different countries. So one of the most eaten foods in Manchester is Indian food. So when I go to Manchester, I always make sure I have Indian food. I love Caribbean food as well. So I always make sure I have that.
Caribbean food. I will love that there is a restaurant in Belgrade who does a really good Caribbean food, but I don't think it's gonna happen still. But what do I like about everything is that the fact that we have a lot of diversity in Belgrade too. I'm seeing a lot of people from Cuba. I'm seeing a lot of people from, I don't know, Emirates. I see a lot of Turkish people. Something is definitely changing. There are a lot of people coming from, Russians? Russians are taking over. The brothers are taking over right here. But yeah, it's really beautiful. And you're traveling a lot. So you were changing your spot of living a lot. You were living in Vienna, Barcelona. So what does it do for you, for your mental health and for your conscience to go way further about people? But it doesn't matter what skin color are you, what nationality are you, what language are you speaking.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm so blessed and so grateful that I've had the opportunity to easily move and live in all of these different countries. And I always pick up a piece from these different countries as well. Like in Barcelona, everybody is so warm, so welcome. So I've picked up a piece from that. From Austria, I learned the German language. That was the first language that I ever learned from beginning to end, which was great. So languages add value to you. And in Belgrade, I'm yet to learn the Serbian language. I know a few things like to order things in bars and restaurants, make basic telephone appointments. So that's a journey that I will do soon.
How do you like the language? It's really one of the hardest, let's say. I mean, the grammar is really hard, and maybe pronouncing words that we are like the R, the nya, and all that. How is it going for you to learn the language?
Well, it's going quite well, to be honest. I can do the nya, the ch. The only thing that's really difficult for me is the lya. That's, Ljubljana, Pasulj.
But you're still doing it. Let's talk about the basics. So I can ask you kako si?
Dobro sam, hvala. Kako si ti?
Dobro sam. So maybe the word, do you know how we say it? I love you?
Volim te.
Oh my God, this is how she's the cutest, literally. So, is it from your perspective, is it a language that it's soundable, let's say it like that?
It sounds really nice. For example, German is very direct, very strong, very hard, you know?
Yeah.
So Serbian is much lighter, like volim te. It sounds beautiful.
Oh my God. But we can be aggressive too. I don't know, have you saw that, but we can. Have you learned about our curses? I mean, I'm just asking.
Yes, it's difficult.
We have
not
one of the funniest curses ever. We ain't gonna speak about that right now, but I just wanted to. So what about German? Are you speaking it quite well?
Okay, yeah. I must say, since I moved here, it's going lower and lower and lower. So right now, I'm gonna get a tutor who I can just keep the German up to a level. So
give me a
nice.
sentence.
Ich habe in Wien gelebt für 3,5 Jahre. I lived in Vienna for 3 years.
Žena priča više jezika, poliglota, kažu. This is so fantastic talking to you. Let's talk about acting right now. What does it represent for you, and how is it different from everywhere elsewhere and acting in Belgrade?
Yeah, so actually I really started acting here in Belgrade. That's where my career flourished. And since being in Belgrade, I did 3 different projects. So the Ark, where I had a recurring role. I did a TV show, called Porzeta. That's a Serbian TV show, and also a film called Broken Bird. So those were really good. And in the whole 2 years, those are the projects that I've worked on so far.
Let's talk about those projects. Have you working with our production, with our actors and actresses?
Yeah, so this day that I shot, it was like the first day, so it was only me. So it was for the TV show Pozeta. You can actually watch it now, still currently.
Može neka naša režija, ako imamo fotografije neke da pustimo, da možemo da se nakačimo na neke stvari. You were sending us some pictures so we can check it out. So,
Yeah.
What's acting for you and how much is that's meaning for your life? Is it something that's your path and you want to do for the rest of your life?
100%. Acting makes me feel alive. And I don't think I've ever done anything in life that has made me feel so alive. Like, even though I've started acting as an adult, it's something that lay dormant when I was a child. I always wanted to act. So I'm just thankful that all my dreams have now come true and I can now bite my teeth into different projects.
Let's talk about life in general. Like when we say life, I'm talking a lot in my TV show about mental health. I think it's really important to talk about that. I think it's really important to wake up that conscience, to have that hygiene of your own head. So how do you do it? And did all this traveling in different cultures help you seeing in life something more deeper than it really is when we talk about the daily stress, the traffic, this and that, my boyfriend left me or whatever. So are you seeing life from another perspective because of traveling? Because I really do think with all of my strength that traveling is one of the most important things for waking up the conscience way further.
Yeah, 100%, because when you live in one country and you don't really explore or travel different places, you can really think in the box. And when you travel, you see different perspectives, you learn about different cultures, so that helps a lot. So every country I've lived in, I've always just taken a little small piece with me that I like. And in general, talking about mental hygiene is just really important to make sure you know who is in your surroundings. So pick positive people who you look up to, people who you can learn from as well. It's always nice.
Are we a positive people? Do we have a positive soul?
Yes, definitely. Everyone is different. I choose to have a positive mindset, and it's something that's really helped me in life.
That is really beautiful. Is it always a positive mindset? Do you have the days when you're
Of course. I mean, I am human, and when I have those days, I can just pick up the phone, call my mother, I can call my boyfriend, call my friends, I can meditate, I could do yoga if I wanted to.
Of course.
Yeah.
There are so many ways to make your life easier, to be honest. What about now? What is something that you're gonna do further? Do you have some TV shows, some casting? We have your pictures right here, so people can see how beautiful you are. Let's start with that. One beautiful woman with a pure smile and eyes. So what's coming for you in this period?
So I will have a project lined up that I'm not allowed to talk about just yet, unfortunately, but watch this space, that's all I can say.
That's awesome. So what about other things in life? Since we talk about acting, your life in Belgrade is gonna continue, right?
100%, I have zero plans to leave. I love Belgrade, Belgrade loves me, so if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Have you made friends here?
I have a lovely circle of friends here. Some of them are from Belgrade, and some of them are international from the UK, for example.
That's beautiful. And when we talk about you and what you want to do, what are the roles that you want to do in life? Have you seen yourself in a role of really important things? When we talk about the world, for example, do you want to go to the world?
Do I want to travel the world, do you mean?
And do you want to act in the world?
Of course, why not? If I have an opportunity that takes me somewhere for a couple month trip or something like that, why not? Why not? I'm open to everything.
Since you're so pure, I wanted to ask you about love. What love means to you? In general, it's not really just with a man, I'm talking in general. With a man too, of course.
So for me, love represents when you can be yourself and you are accepted. You don't need to change. People love your personal essence.
Can you tell me what was the period of time when you accepted it and when you find in yourself that power to I think it's important too to not care what other people think. I think it's important in life so you can be yourself to the fullest. But what was the period of your life when you realized you need to accept yourself and love yourself for who you are?
I think it would be growing up in Manchester. Actually, growing up in Manchester with Afro hair. I know that sounds so silly, but when I first started to accept my natural hair, there was some people who didn't really accept it. So I had to accept that myself. And then I did, now I love it. now, like, everybody where I've traveled, like, loves her hair.
Da.
So it's
Yeah, that's
first starts with self-love, of course.
Self-love.
Yes.
To nam je poruka dana, ljubav prema sebi, dragi gledalci, a mi svakako imamo posebnu ljubav za EPP. Idemo na kratke reklame. Razgovaramo sa predivnom Jessicom i razgovaramo negdje o njenom životu u Beogradu, a i generalno, a i vježbamo engleski danas, dragi gledalci. So, I wanted to ask you for one of the most important things here. Let's talk about music. Do you like our music?
Yes, I love Serbian folk music. So when I go to kafanas, for example, Trušešera on Skedarlija, and I love it. Like when the tamburicha play their instruments, it really sings to my soul. And I remember there was one occasion where I felt so emotional that my eyes welled up with tears because I really felt everything from the music.
I think it's one of the most important aspects of our music. It's sad and it has a really, really huge soul, let's say it like that.
Yeah, it's very emotional. Like people laugh when they see that I'm feeling the music because they say, of course, do you understand it? Of course, I don't understand all of it, especially when I first started to listen to it, but I do feel it. Music is energy at the end of the day.
Yeah, music is really important, right? The music is the cure for everything.
100%.
So, have you been through Serbia or just Belgrade? Have you seen something of Serbia?
Yeah, I've been to Subotica. I've been to, what's it called? Fruške Gore as well.
Fruška Gora is beautiful.
It's really beautiful. And Novi Sad as well. I love Novi Sad.
Serbia has a beautiful nature, let's say like that. I would like for you to see a lot of places. Maybe we can go together too.
Yes,
I would love that.
why not?
So what's coming for you? How people can get you on Instagram, or hire you or something? Are you open for that?
Of course I am. You can find me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Jessica Yemi.
What about the agency? Do you have the agency that you're in?
I do. I'm with Slavic artists.
Oh, I love Slavic artists.
Yeah, they're amazing.
I love people from Slavic artists. There are so many talented. Do you think we have talented, beautiful, and really unique people here in like kinematography and like in this movie world?
Definitely, 100%. I love the actors, the directors, cinematographers as well. They're amazing. Do a really good job. Very professional as well.
Oh my God! When you learn this Serbian too, good. Oh my God, what is gonna happen? I'm really glad that I'm having a chance to talk to you before everything actually starts.
Yes.
Can we say that this is just the beginning for you?
Oh, 100%. I came to Belgrade 2 years ago, so what you've seen so far is just the beginning. So
oh my God, I'm so glad to be like a witness to everything that is going to happen. So we are waiting for you to do all of these things. I wanted to thank you that have you been my guest. I would love to talk to you way more, but we're gonna leave it for another time because this is a creative mess and we need to keep going. But I just wanted to ask you, is it really important to have that perspective of life and to live it to the fullest and to like use your capacity?
Oh, 100%. If you have a dream, go for it, fight for it.
Thank you for fighting for it, and thank you for like coloring this country in the most beautiful way with your beautiful soul.
Thank you very
I'm really glad that I have a chance to meet you and like hug your soul, kind of.
Thank you very
much. And we were hanging out like this.
Yes.
This is our first, ovo je, dragi gledalci, naše prvo druženje. We are hanging out for the first time. Next time is gonna be coffee and a lot of beautiful things. Saying thank you for coloring my show and this with your beautiful voice and beautiful soul. See you around very soon.
See you soon, beautiful. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being my guest. Idemo sada, dragi gledalci, na Gazda Paja. Izbacio nam je pjesmu juče sa fenomenalnim vizualima i onda je vrijeme za našeg sljedećeg gosta. Idemo na Gazda Paju i kriminal.